Rob, thank you for joining us. Difficult to sum up, really, isn't it? After going 2-0 up, you know, thinking it's probably going to be an easy afternoon for us, but not to be. What was your overall reflection on the game?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever going to be an easy afternoon against probably the best team we played. One of the strongest squads as well. Started really well. Everything we wanted to do, we did. We did it really well. And then we sort of lost our way. Scored the second goal. They stepped on, was even more direct. And we conceded poor goals, which we've been trying to cut out, which we have cut out from the crosses. But yeah, going at 2-2, we're down to the bare bones, and I can accept that a little bit. I can accept that a little bit. And then going into the second half, just to start like that, I'm not going to criticise these lads because they've given us everything, but I think we know that's not acceptable for us. It's got to start the game. You've got to start the first 10-15 minutes of any football game is a tactical battle and a physical battle where the ball's going to be a bit more. It's going to be a bit more intense, and to give them two very poor goals. We put ourselves on the back foot in a game which was pretty even. We dominated the first part of the first half. They finished stronger second half. They're always going to be a big threat from crosses. They're the best team in the league at it. So yeah, we shot ourselves in the foot and then we lost our way. And then what showed is when we actually got a bit of composure and moved the ball and figured out that we don't have to pass through them, we can go over their press. We get the goal, put a bit more pressure on the last 15 minutes. They galvanised us, but we couldn't just quite get the breakthrough. And fair play to Lincoln. I thought they deserved to win. They could have scored multiple times on the break. So, but yeah, I think we just have to look at it, use it for a review, but park it and move on to Tuesday, because ultimately, like I said to the boys there, I'm extremely proud of them, what they've done, and one setback isn't going to allow us to make it 2 or 3. At the end of the day, we finished strong. We're trying to score, so we've got to take that momentum and hopefully have more bodies back for Tuesday, and we can reset and go again.
I'm glad you said the phrase bare bones, because it really is. I think we totaled it before the game. I think we're up to 9 injuries now. It may even be more than that. And I think what fans can easily forget is that doesn't just translate to games, that translates to training as well. That means you've got less bodies to train, which means although, yes, we've had a full week on the training ground, we've got far less bodies. So the lads are going to be a bit more fatigued, and they really are giving it their all out there. So it's not a great place that we're in at the moment in terms of squad health, is it?
No, it's not. But we've been slightly on the bare bones, but because the lads have dug in, we're picking up results and stuff. It covers it up a little bit. But then obviously when you do lose, it's the first thing that's highlighted. But unfortunately we've had. Well, obviously Swanee's unwell, but the rest of them are all pretty much impact injuries, other than Junior is recovering. So look, that's the part of this league. You get beaten up, and we just need to make sure we're as robust as possible. We do have to. Well, this week we did have to monitor training and obviously adapt it slightly because of the injuries. We don't want to pick up any contacts in training, etc. But yeah, hopefully Tuesday will be a bit stronger. Pan should be back. Swanee at least. Darce as well, so hopefully because Darce has been unwell as well, so hopefully from Tuesday it looks a bit fresher and we can be fresher, ready to go again, and continue the good run in the league.
Yeah, considering we're going to have, by the sounds of it, some of those players back, it goes back to that old football cliche, doesn't it? When you come off the back of a defeat, you always want to get out there straight away. So do you think Tuesday is the right time for us to play, what will be an exciting game against Charlton? Yeah,
it'll be a really good game against a very tough opponent, best defensive record in the league. Obviously scored from most from set pieces. So again, club I know well as well from my time there. So it's going to be a really tough game. Playing Charlton any time is a tough game, but going to the Valley as players, as supporters, as a club, it's fantastic achievement for the club to be going to these places, and I think we've got to embrace it and enjoy it and reset. It's can't get too high, can't get too low, so you're not going to be too disappointed after today. What we've got to do is address the things that crept back into our game, but accept also we did play a very, very strong Lincoln team, and yeah, so credit to them, because I thought they did deserve to win, and it's just a pity we couldn't capitalise on any chances at the end.
Is there anything specific that you'll pull out of the game today to take into training on Monday, or is it just a sort of general assessment and go again?
No, there's everything you can pull from games. I think probably our understanding of when we went 2-0 up and they really jumped on us in the press and they went man for man and they vacated the middle and went really aggressive, that we've got to understand when to play through the press or over the press. And when to move it around, but that takes time. It's not going to be something that we get straight away. I think it's disappointing to see 4 because defensively we've been excellent, and it's good that we've scored 3. So you've got to take positives as well. I think probably with the squad being thin and games coming up, it's just a little bit of fatigue and everything in there. But the lads started really well, implemented everything we want to. We just got to make sure now we fix what we need to fix, but don't get too carried away by one defeat. Let's just realise where we're at as a squad, We'll have players back. We'll be stronger as a group, and we'll go again.
Yeah, and ultimately this is a cup fixture. Obviously, it's great for the club to progress through the rounds as we spoke about, but we now have the league to focus, our full attention on, and be ready for what's going to be a second, period after Christmas. Harder period after Christmas.
Yeah, it doesn't stop, does it? So,
no,
it doesn't. And the teams we have to play, we pretty much know we're underdogs going into every game, but we don't mind that at all. Did it last year, this group, and we'll do it again this year. But yeah, I think the reception from the fans after the game was brilliant. Walking around, everyone staying, clapping the lads, because they see they give everything. And sometimes you fall short, and that's okay, because how many of them players have actually played at this level before? How many of them players have played this amount of games? And that's what we have to do as a club, because of where we are, our stature, and that's what we've got to embrace by finding talent, working with them, working hard, staying consistent. So there's still so many positives, but we just got to use today as a little reminder that we can't. Once we come off it a little bit, you can get hurt.
Was it just the manner of the goals that was the most frustrating thing today?
Yeah, look, you don't want to concede goals, but I actually spoke about it. The lads in the week talking about when we played against the big clubs. When I played against, you're very fortunate we played against the likes of City, United, Arsenal, all these teams, and you're like, when you play against very good teams, because by the way, Lincoln are a very good team. You want them to score good goals, and you can say, well, that's because they're good players, or they might be slightly better than us, maybe. But don't allow them to score goals that we can control, and that's what we've done really well recently. We've limited the chances and we've kept clean sheets because we've done that. And maybe it's a nice little reminder for us that if we come off it a little bit, the back three have to play consistently because of the injuries, and they've done it so well. Toby's really struggling with his back, but he comes out every week for us. Charlie, Barker, and Joy, and you know what? They get all the praise. I'm not going to tear them down because of one game. But it's a nice little reminder for Tuesday of where we need to be more solid and where we need to make sure we just adapt and learn and go again.
Yeah, and we saw the two changes at half-time. Were they tactical, or was that injuries?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Ty was only penciled in for 45 as well. So, we just need to adapt for the second half. But obviously, we didn't even get a chance to see that because we conceded two straight away. Disappointing things from our kick-off, and this is probably where we do need to get better in terms of simple instruction. We need to take it on, set pieces, defensively, attackingly, goal kicks. When we explain what we're doing, it needs to be done properly. But look, sometimes you only learn from these things by being punished, and that's the gravest lesson sometimes. So, problem is we shot ourselves in the foot before we could even get back into the game or get going again. Because I thought there was some good stuff in the first half, and you always have to deal with their threat because they're brilliant at what they do.
And a word about Eddie Beachy. I think it was his second start for Crawley. I thought he pulled off some great saves, didn't he?
Yeah, he was excellent. Yeah. Especially when we're losing the game, we're going forward. We're always going to be exposed, and I thought he was excellent. I thought he defended the goal really well. He moved the ball really well, and obviously he's been out for a while with his ankle. So, because of what happened with Jojo at Maidenhead, we couldn't take that risk of Jojo getting another collision or an injury. Beachy deserved his opportunity because he's done well previously and he's done well since he's come in. So, no complaints with Beachy. I thought he did well, and it's disappointing for him. I suppose he'll be disappointed with the result, but I thought he was a positive today.
Brilliant, thanks, Rob.